Welcome to another Review Wednesday. Sergeant Fit here. And before we get started on a review, I want to give a shout out to my daughter Kelly, aka Veganese Muscles, who just won another contest. She's competing in fitness over, I think it's the 40 plus category. And she just got her second pro card. And there's a picture of her right there. And we're going to be doing a live stream on Easter over at her place where she's going to fix one of her specialties, a vegan version of sushi. And it's going to be a live Q&A with Veganese Muscles. Make sure you check that out. It's going to be this Easter. Should be a pretty good live broadcast. It's going to be the very first live stream that Sergeant Fit does. And we're looking forward to it. So let's get started on today's review. Now, this is a product that I had reviewed way back early in my review days, and it's a protein bar, and it's a company called Pottentia, and they got a pretty good review from me, and I continue to eat the bars for quite a while. Always had some in my pantry, until all of a sudden they vanished. Couldn't buy them on Amazon, didn't have them on their website, you just couldn't get them. And I was wondering, well, maybe these guys went out of business, but they didn't. What they did was they took a step back, reformulated the bars, and reintroduced them. And now they're back. Coming on strong. And here's the deal with the bars. I really like the bars because of the ingredients. I like the bars because it was high in protein. They use whey protein. It had a boatload of fiber.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
Which for me is something I look for. And the ingredients were organic. So it had a lot of pluses. And I recommended the bar to my friends, and that's where we left it right there. Now they've come back with the reformulated bar. Now, the packaging is the same, and if you looked at my previous video, I was really jazzed about the packaging because it's got that picture of the Spartan on there, which I think is pretty cool.
Spartans! What is your profession?
And they still have minimum ingredients, okay? They have, what's it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 6 ingredients here. And I was comparing the two bars before I did this video, looking at the ingredients and really getting in deep into what was going on here.
This is deep. I'm going deeper. I don't want no more money or nothing, but I'm going deep, deep, deep.
Let me just say the price point stayed pretty close to the same. The original bar, I believe, was $21.92, $21.92. You get 8 bars, and they were very large bars. In fact, they were so large, I would cut them in half and just eat one.
I always wanted to be a surgeon.
And that would satisfy me. They're very dense bars, and the new price point is $21.93. So there's not much difference between the two. So what we really have to do is get down into the change of the ingredients, okay? Although both bars still contain 6 simple ingredients, the big change that I can see here, actually 2 big changes, is, well, first, they changed to protein. When before they were using whey protein, now they're using egg protein. Now, according to them, this is a step up, an improvement. I'm not quite sure I agree with that. Both proteins are good. They both have a high biological value, but whey protein is higher or has a better biological value than egg protein. Whey protein is assimilated and gets to your system faster, where egg protein is a little bit slower. Now that could be a good thing or a bad thing. It all depends what your goals are. Now, when I take a protein supplement in the evening, I take one that breaks down slowly because I wanted to get through the night. So I would take something like a milk protein or an egg white protein and stay away from the whey protein, especially whey protein isolate, because it's just going to burn right through at night and it's not going to give me that lasting period that I need to rebuild muscle. So that's the upside of the egg whites. And I think the other upside to them is no doubt that the egg whites is cheaper than the whey protein. Now, you guys know I'm all about organic. I try to stick to everything organic, and I'm pretty like 99.99% successful when I do that. This is one of the disappointing things about the bar is that previously all the ingredients were organic and now none of the ingredients are organic. Now, for me, that's a game changer. It would be a reason why I wouldn't buy these bars, because there are other bars that are just as good but organic. So that would be a plus. But if you're not into organic, if it doesn't matter to you, then the change in ingredients doesn't matter. The other thing that I noticed was the fiber content changed. They drastically reduced the fiber content. Now the protein stayed the same, 20 grams in each bar. And it's still a whole food bar. That's a good thing. It is not cooked. It's actually cold pressed. And because of that, you're getting all the natural whole food ingredients. So for a whole food bar, protein bar, definitely this is a good bar. You can't argue against that. Still no preservatives, still all natural. The only thing is it's not organic anymore. The other thing that I want to mention now that they lose out on is, although egg whites is a good protein, it contains less branched chain amino acids than the whey protein does. So whey protein's got it over eggs on the BCAAs. So let me read the ingredients that was contained in the old bar. Grass-fed whey protein concentrate, prebiotic fiber, organic almond butter, almonds, coconut, organic coconut oil, organic coconut, organic dates, organic vanilla extract. So all the ingredients were organic, and that's good. And that particular flavor was the one that I was buying most of the time. And let's see, each bar contained 320 calories. Calories from fat was 130. One bar was 85 grams. Zero trans fat, 40 milligrams of cholesterol, 60 milligrams of sodium. Total carbohydrates was 36 grams, but 20 grams of that was dietary fiber. So the bar was low in carbohydrates and chock full of fiber.
Oh, God, that's better. I've been holding that for 20 minutes waiting for her to leave.
Thank you for sharing.
10 grams of fiber every morning. Flushes all the toxins right out of your system. It's great. Regularity is the key.
Which is always good. Protein content was 21 grams. Okay, that was the old bar. Now, the new bar, what we're dealing with here is look at the ingredients first. Now this, they sent me the peanut chocolate coca with salt right there. That's what they sent me. And I'll give them props. They sent me a whole box.
Thank you for your cooperation.
There's 8 bars in this box. That was really generous of them. So thank you, Pottentia. So let's compare the ingredients of the old bar to this one. This one has dates, peanuts, egg whites, unsweetened chocolate, cocoa, salt. Okay, that's it. Again, minimum ingredients, but none of which are organic. For me, that's a deal breaker. If this was on a shelf and I was comparing ingredients with another bar, I'd have to pass up this bar because of the lack of organic ingredients. But because they sent it out to me, I'm still going to give the review. So we're going to open up this box right there, and we're going to take out one of the bars. Okay, so there's the bar right here. Okay, now I don't have any of the old bars,
because I ate them all.
so I really can't compare this in size. Although I have read some reviews on Amazon that people complained that the bars were smaller than the previous bars. I don't know. The grams per serving is still 86, so that hasn't changed. The calories the calories are 390. What did we say the other ones were? 320. So there's more calories in this bar than there was the last one. In addition to that, we have calories from fat is 170. So the calories from fat is higher in this bar than our old bar was. The total carbs in this bar is 35 grams. The fiber is only 8 grams. So this bar is much higher in carbohydrates than the previous bar. So the other bar was good, especially if you're doing a cut or if you're on a contest prep, because most of it was fiber. This bar, however, is a lot higher in carbohydrates and probably would not be a good bar to be munching on if you are on a major cut or if you're trying to prepare for a contest and you're dropping your carbohydrates down. So sodium is 250 milligrams. Sodium in the last one was 60 milligrams, so they pumped up a lot more salt in this bar. Protein is 20 grams. Protein in the other one was 21 grams. We lost 1 gram. Sugars, what's the comparison in sugar? So it was 14 grams in the old bar. This one has 24 grams in the new bar. So it has more carbs, more sugar, more calories, more of a lot of things that sometimes you don't want to look for. So far, the new and improved formula doesn't stack up as being improved. It seems as if you guys kind of slid backwards on it. But let's go with the taste test. First, we open up the bar. Here it is. Okay. This is what the bar looks like. This is what you would expect from a pressed bar, nothing that would be cooked or highly processed. Right there. Let's give it the smell test. Smells like peanuts. Okay. All right, let's take a piece off here. And I will say it does have a lot of peanuts in it. They're not short on peanuts.
A little longer than a few minutes later. Eventually,
the texture feels like a mouthful of peanut butter, which to me that would be a good thing. It has a good texture. You can definitely taste the peanuts. Although there's a lot of sugar in this compared to the old bar, it doesn't taste heavily sweet. Now, I read on Amazon, a lot of people there complained that this bar tasted terrible. I think some of that has to do with the fact that some people are just used to eating heavily sugar, candy tasting protein bars. They're actually hashtag fake fitness bars.
It's all a fugazi. You know what a fugazi is?
well, fugazi, it's a fake.
Yeah, fugazi, it's a wazi, it's a woozy, it's a fairy dust. It doesn't exist. It's never landed. It is no matter. It's not on the elemental chart.
This is a bar that has minimum ingredients and is what I would call not processed because it's cold pressed with all natural ingredients. So this is what a bar made in that fashion would taste like. And I'm used to eating that kind of food, so I find this bar very tasteful. Okay, so they changed the formula There's a lot of things in there that they did that I totally do not like. But I'll give them props on one thing, and that is the bar still tastes good. Also expect these bars to be messy because they are just basically pressed raw food. So, All right, Pottentia, you did get the flavor right. This is a good tasting bar. Okay, I would have preferred the almond actually, because when I have to choose between almond and peanut butter, I always go with almond. I just like almonds better than peanut butter, but I don't turn down free stuff. And the chocolate is a plus. So flavor is really good on this. All right, so this is a complicated review because on one hand, I really like the bar. I like the taste. The macros, but I like the taste. I have no problem with egg protein. What I do have a problem with is the non-organic ingredients. I thought that was a mistake, getting away from the organic ingredients, and I wish they would have kept organic ingredients, even if the bar would have cost more. I have no problem paying more money if it's organic, because I know in the long run that's going to be healthier for me. But I also know not everybody feels that way. Some people, they don't really care whether it's organic or not. They don't think about that stuff. They don't bother with the fact that pesticides may have long-term negative effects on the human body. All they care about is the price and the taste, and there's a protein in it. And this has all three. It's a good price, it has good protein content, and it tastes good. One of my pieces fell off.
Get in my belly!
I don't like throwing it. Oh, that's a date. Nothing like dates. All right, so because this is a very complicated issue here, I'm going to have to give this 2 salute ratings. And I'm going to separate it in 2 different categories. Okay, so the first one is the change in the formula and the ingredients. And for that, I'm going to give it 3 salutes out of 10. Now, on flavor and texture of the bar, I'm going to have to give it 10 salutes out of 10. Now, I know that isn't big. I don't like giving out 10s out of 10s unless they deserve it. But the taste is there, the texture's there, and if only it was organic, I would definitely be buying the hell out of those bars. But I leave that up to you guys, because there's plenty of you guys out there that don't care about organic stuff.
I don't care.
All you care about is the macros, the flavor, does it have the protein you need? And obviously there's a market for that. There's plenty of people out there that will buy that kind of stuff. So I wish Pottentia all the success in the world. I'm going to miss your bars. The remaining bars in here, I have friends that do lift, and I will be giving these bars out to them. And I know they'll eat it because they're not into organic stuff like I am. So you guys might get some new customers based on the quality of these bars, which I have to say the quality is high. It's just not at the standard that I look for when I put something in my body. But it is what it is. I want to thank Pottentia for taking the time to send out these bars. And once again, I gave it my best honest review. So there's some pluses here and there's some negatives. And bottom line, it comes down to choice. You guys are going to have to choose whether you want this bar or not. Once again, I can't say this enough. If organics is not an issue to you, I highly recommend these protein bars. I would go out on a limb and say, for non-organic bars, you can't beat these. These are the best. So that's my review of Pottentia protein bars. And if you got to the end of this video, Give it a thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't. Share your opinion. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think if you tried them. Let me know what you think of the review. Let me know what you think of anything. And let me remind you to catch the live stream with Veganese and Muscle, my daughter, Kelly, and her vegan sushi special. And that'll be on Easter Sunday. And I will put out a flyer on my Facebook page because I don't have an exact time. I'm sure it'll be somewhere around 1 o'clock. 1,300 hours for you military people out there. And as always, everybody, make sure that you train insane, eat clean, make good choices, and always stay fit. Until next video, everybody, Sergeant Fit out. 601. Why are you still here? It's over. Click on another video. You know you want to. Or subscribe. I'll see you later. 602.